Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning, or good afternoon, or good night, wherever it may be for you. This is JT with Legacy Art Games, and yes, I am still alive. I've been gone for ages, I know. But I had some medical stuff come up, and the families had medical stuff, and well, when it's that kind of time, people can kind of disappear. But I'm still here, and Mr. Wizard, in fact, just to reassure you, I'm still here briefly. Um, Mr. Wizard, go away. Hello, everyone. Yes, even the robes survived. I'm sorry to say. Sorry. Anyway, I'm going to get myself off the screen here because we actually don't have much time tonight, and I want to focus on the game, the new game that we're going to be playing for a while. It is called Tavern Master, and this was kindly donated to us by the game's sole developer, who I would credit for doing a heck of a job for being, all alone in this endeavor. But that being said, um, sorry, one second. Lukhog is his name, and he has made a fantastic game here for those of you who like the role play or just the numbers or whatever it may be aspect of running a fantasy business, because that's what this is all about. This, as the name suggests, is going to be a game where we run a tavern. And later on, it can also be an inn, so you can end up running an inn more than a tavern, or tavern more than an inn, or equal. It's really up to you. It's a creative sandbox here. So let's just hop right into it. Why don't we? I have been playing my own game, but we'll start a new game tonight just to do a brief intro. And yeah, I'm afraid it is going to be brief because, unfortunately, it is late here, and I've had one heck of a day. My current progress will be lost. Well, yes, it's okay. For you guys, it's okay. Oh, and by the way, I will take this opportunity to get in the usual endorsement. Legacy Art Games is a good cause effort on my part to support chronically ill and disabled gamers by showcasing accessible, affordable, content rich games which they and hopefully everyone else will enjoy. So if you want to support that, all you got to do is click that follow button down below. And if you can afford it, only if you can afford it, well, I'm super grateful for any subscriptions that might be out there. Super grateful. So, that being said, the game will take you through a very brief tutorial on how things work, and it will help you to set up the very basics of your tavern. Uh, it's really very simple to use interface, but a much more complex game than you would think later on down the line. So it's gonna, of course, teach you to you know look around. You can glance around at what we have here. And of course, it's telling us this tavern doesn't look like a tavern at all. There's a wall missing, and no doors and no windows, so let's fix that. And that's when we're going to go to our structure building tool here and build walls. Walls do cost money. 50 coins each. I'm going to call them gold pieces because when I think of inns, it's gold pieces. Just like I think of this place as where I go to find adventures and to recover hit points. We're providing a vital service. We're going to put a door here, and we'll put a window here. And now we need tables and benches. So that's when we go over here. to furniture, and man, is there a lot of it. And it does all have mechanical advantages and disadvantages. But for now, again, we're going to follow along with with the tutorial. My language center no work at the moment. Okay, we've got a table, but we don't have any seats, so we're going to put a couple of benches down so that we have enough room for the 4 occupants that table can hold. And now it's telling us that, well, hey, this is plenty good, but there's no lighting over here. People aren't going to want to sit here because they can't see. So we're going to put a candle on the wall. And now, as you can see by the radius on the floor, there is now a lit area in the corner. And now we're going to have to do one of the most important things, and something that you're going to revisit as you go down the tech tree. Yes, this tavern does in fact have a tech tree, which is buying drinks that we're going to serve our guests. So we're going to go back and click on the bar. And at the moment, all we have to serve is water. And that would be a very lame tavern, right? So we're going to spend 200 gold pieces to buy a beer barrel. And then we're going to click it to fill it. It's going to cost us 150 gold to fill it. There we go. Okay. Now that we have all of that furniture set up and we've got our drinks lined up, things like that, we got to pick a staff. And this is random. You might end up with some good choices. You might end up with some lousy choices. You really don't know. First of all, we need a bartender. And yes, they do have stats. And you'll get new candidates every day. So if you get someone, really bad on the first day, it's not the end of the world, But as you can see, each of our candidates here has different options. And for example, this guy can carry 3 drinks. He's pretty fast when he's not carrying them, but when he is, he's much slower. And he pours about a mug every 3/4 of a second. As compared to, say, this guy. He can carry 3 drinks. He's about the same, 2.8, 1.8, 0.75. This guy, he can carry 5 drinks, 2.8, 1.8, but 1.92. He pours almost a drink per second. And this guy is, I think, the last in the pack here. But there is a further detail to consider here, which is their traits. Each of them has a special trait. This guy can carry 8 drinks at a time. Now, at first he can't do that. He can only carry 3. But as he levels up, you can choose where you want to, invest stat points, and you can do that into drinks. If you're lucky, you get somebody, who, say, if you really want that 8 drink carrying capacity, if you're lucky, you'll get someone who starts out with a high number and that limit of 8. But unfortunately, we were not so lucky tonight. But that's not all. This guy here, Wharton, his mood decreases 20% slower every day. So he's a little easier to keep happy, which means he's doing a good job. This guy here, Gale, he gains experience twice as fast, which is actually very good. I think that is the competitor for drink carrying, but ultimately, we want someone who can carry a lot of drinks at once because that means they're getting more out to the customers at once. So it's really between Isaac and Fergus, and I think we're going with Isaac. Yes. And we will keep looking every day for a better replacement, I think. And then we need a waitress to actually, bring this stuff to our customers. And again, they all have their own unique stats. In the case of a waitress, it's how many can they carry to the tables. Um, how fast can they move when they're not carrying, how fast with, and how fast can they climb stairs? Because you can, in fact, have up to 5 floors in your tavern. And some of them will end up being, if you want, floors for an inn. But you will have your floors where a waitress will bring drinks upstairs. Anyway, I'm carrying on here. Um, let's see. Uh, we didn't really end up with anyone here who could carry 8 drinks. That is possible for waitresses as well. Um, I'm just glancing through their stats here. None of them really stand out too much from one another, um, except Lauren is not. Her mood is not affected by cleaning, but she doesn't get any tips for some reason. She just gets her salary paid of 5 gold pieces, whereas normally they get at least a minimum of 1 gold piece in tips from their customers. But that is something you can work on over time as well with their leveling up. Now let's look at the traits. That's really going to be the defining thing here for this first opportunity. Liv gets an extra gold piece for every drink served. That's a very good one. Madeline's mood decreases 20% slower. Nancy will bring in 7 more customers every day. And as I said with Lauren, mood is not affected. The only real big statistical difference is that Lauren climbs stairs faster. That's really it. Um, with Liv and Madeline being just a bit behind. Unfortunately, Nancy is, I think, the least optimal. So we'll hire Liv. And for now, we don't hire a chef, but that will be soon. Okay, we've prepared everything for guests, but now we need to do research. And there is actually a very big research tree in this game, believe it or not. And the way you advance research is by number of customers you have served. So if you're a popular tavern, if you're doing well, if you're, getting them to sit down, getting them fed, getting them moved out so you can sit more people, well, then you're advancing that much faster. So that is a good thing. So, right for the moment, all we can do is research the kitchen, which is important. So, research the kitchen. And as it says, number of guests per day tells you how many people will come into your tavern on the average day. And if you buy decorations and upgrade the tavern, you will increase that number. And in fact, I had to do some extra purchases on the very first day when I was trying things out. I had to expand my table space, and I had the money to do it. Okay, it's telling us that we can go ahead and start playing, really, that the setup is all done. And this first day is really watching our initial profits come in. But before we do that, I'm going to do what? Oh, okay. Yeah, he's advising us, watch if there's enough sitting space. If there's not, You might need more tables and benches, and I'm already going to say we will on the first day. So, and there's lots of ways you could game the system, shall we say, and make this more profitable. But for now, we're going to be, true to role playing. Let's just do that for now. That way we have some extra room. And we're going to, since today is really a let's make profits day, I'm going to put it up to the fastest speed. And as you can see, his customers are going in and out. He is getting drinks. She's going to grab them, bringing them out to the customers, and they are giving her payment plus her tips. And it's just kind of back and forth. And as this is happening, the time of day is moving along. And at the end of the day, we close up shop. We see how we did. And that's really the basic first day intro for Tavern Master. And I know it seems simple, but when we get into the research aspect of it, you'll see it gets a lot more complex than that. And as you can see, we're already up to 240 gold pieces again. So I'm gonna... Actually, you know what? Maybe we'll wait a little. Wait for the end of the day here. This is really a great game to just chill out to, I find. And by the way, for those of you wondering while we are waiting for the end of the day at the tavern here, well, it is the end of the day. I was going to say any playthroughs we left off with, we're going to pick up later on. Don't worry about that if you were interested in those. But for now, we are ready for a kitchen. We have unlocked the kitchen technology at the end of the first day, and they've given us 800 gold pieces to build it and hire a chef. This is going to up our profits big time. So what we want to do, I want to pause it here. And they're not speaking English. I'm not sure if they're speaking a real world language or a fantasy language. I don't know. I should ask Lucog that. Anyway, let's see. Actually, I would like to keep this efficient, so we'll take out this wall. And we'll do a build that someone else did, which I liked, which is to do... Whoops, that's a little more than I wanted. This can be removed. There we go. Okay. And you can do wall texture. Well, actually, let's do floor texture first. Now, I like to think of a medieval type kitchen as being a place where you don't want much that can catch fire because there are probably safety issues. So we're gonna do brick floor and brick walls. Just paint it in. And of course, you do your own style, whatever you like. But that's going to be the room for our kitchen. It's very small right now, but don't worry, we'll expand with time. We're keeping a budget here, right? So anyway, we need to now go to the wrong one, to the furniture menu, to the kitchen, and we want to first get a counter. And you're going to want to put it right here. Make sure it's all green. And you can actually do like so, but no, let's do like this. Oh, actually, it's going to overlap. Okay, like so. And I think it's efficient if we. He's going to use the counter, the plate shelf, and the crate. And you can, of course, rotate things. So I think you should, or I'm not going to say I think you should, but I will put the plate shelf right here and put the crate um, right here, like so. And I like this design because this way he can go to the crate, get ingredients, and then he will cook. He will go over here to get plates, and then he will plate it up at the counter for the waitress to come and take. He doesn't have to move around that much in order to do his job. So that's why I like that setup. And normally I wouldn't be moving along this fast, by the way, but like I said, limited time here. This is just an intro episode. We are definitely playing this game for the long term because I'm hooked on it. Anyway, chef. Let's see who we have here. Who do we have? Ooh, this guy is really good at cooking main courses, and he gets an extra 2 gold pieces for every main course served. But he would be no good at soups and only kind of good at desserts. That's tough. This guy up here, Sterling, he's kind of balanced. And his walking speed doesn't decrease when he's carrying something. But on the other hand, the way we set things up, he doesn't have much walking to do. So that's not really a big bonus for me. This guy can prepare 2 soups at the same time, but at the same time, soups are his lowest skill. This is something we would have to raise with leveling up. Forrest, he gets 2 gold piece bonus for every soup served, and much like Johnny here, he can do soups all the way up to the maximum of 8. But he has the same problem where he's not good at the others. Although he is, on the balance, better overall at things. He's much faster than Forrest. And he has some dessert and some main course skill, as well as skill for soups. It's a tough call. I mean, if someone orders a main course, we're gonna make way more money. You know what? I think on the balance, I'm gonna hire him. Oh, yes, there is a kitchen counter. What do you mean there's no kitchen counter? What are you talking about? There's no kitchen counter. It's right there. Maybe now? I did not have this problem the first time. What did I do wrong? It's always me, so what did I do wrong? Maybe it's actually... Let's move everything back a step. Except that maybe... I'm trying to remember how did I set this up the first time. Yep, there we go. We just had things a little too close to the main room, that's all. But Isaac and Liv are both very happy with their work at the moment, and they earned a lot of experience points. So let's unpause and finish the day. And sorry, Chef, but you showed up You showed up just as we're closing. So let's see. Yeah, well, our income is a net negative, but you have to remember we did spend on a new table and chairs during the business day. So that is counting into the whole figure there. But on the whole, we actually did very well. We sold 140 gold in drinks, and we made 972 gold in bonuses. Um, so purchases I know seems huge, but that's because we built the kitchen with its various needs, as well as that table and chairs during the business day. That it's figuring that in. So actually, we made a profit on drinks, and for refills, we were a loss of 150. So we did very well there. Angry customers, 0 customers left angry, so that is another good sign. Very good. Let's see here. Before we start the next day, no. Before we start the next day, let's go ahead and do this outside of business hours. I want to do another table and set of chairs. We're going to do something fancier, but tonight, since it's slow, in fact, I'm almost out of time already. We had some audio issues earlier, or I would have started sooner. We're just doing a simple setup tonight so that I can show you guys how the game works at its most basic. And like decorations, we got all kinds of decorations here. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of decorations. Special stuff that you have to unlock. Different kinds of lighting, seating, tables, all kinds of things that you can do. Carpets, even. In fact, you know what? Let's do a carpet. I like this one. I used it the first time. And I kind of like to. How did I do it the first time? I can't recall how I did it the first time, but let's spend lavishly, huh? Since I can't get both of them. Since I can't get both of them evenly. Oh, okay. Maybe I'm overspending a little here. Um, oops. Oh well. We will stop there. We've decorated enough for the day. But we do need to pick out a new research. And I like lemonade for variety. Give our people some lemonade. And we've still got plenty of beer and water. We don't need to refill yet. So you could, if you wanted to, hire another person. And we will. We'll hire Madeline here. And we won't need another chef yet. And let's start the next day. Again, it's early morning, you know. First person into the tavern is there. And now we're on our way. We have our early morning drinkers, apparently, and now we got people in for breakfast. And you see there, she bought a meal. Main course, I think, and we got 24 gold off of that as compared to the small amount we get for drinks. So we're making a lot of money now that we're serving meals. I'm just watching the numbers as we cruise along here. It's only costing him 3 gold to make these meals, and we're making 21 gold. So he's apparently serving a lot of main courses, I think. And even though we have it at the highest speed, I'll slow it down here for a second. You can see why it's important that the everyone, the bartender, the waitresses, the chef, why it's so important that they all move at a fast pace and do their jobs at a fast pace. Because the faster these things get done, the happier the customers they are, and the faster we move the old ones out so that we can get new, fresh paying customers in. And, whoop. You guys, if you're regular viewers, you know what the alarm means. It's that time. It's that time. But we will finish the day before we finish the stream. See how much money we make. Oh, something just happened. Oh, I think we finished our research. Yeah, we did. So now I want to research. Oh, I think we need to do all of these. So we'll research guests next. Additional guests. Okay, you dawdlers, get out of my tavern. I want to see how much money I made. Okay. Today we had 16 seats, but we served 33 customers. Average occupancy of 75%, so not bad. Let's see. So we made 115 drinks. So we sold 49 drinks. We got 91 in tips and 190 gold in food served. So food is definitely adding to our profits. And of course, we had to take out for salaries for our staff, which is 24 gold overall. That ain't bad for what we're making. And as you can see, we made net profit of 407 gold today. So on the second day, we're doing pretty good. And how many angry customers? None. No angry customers. But I want to show you here before we go. Right now, we're doing more research for additional guests per day. You do get research where it will bump that up for you. And we're going to do research later on where we will get musicians for the tavern. And of course, that's going to bring in more customers because they like to hear the music. But then after that, there's this. And this is where things get interesting. Special events. When you get special events, you get to choose various kinds of events from just a gathering of the local botanists all the way up to hosting the king and queen, which I think would be a finale event for our playthrough. But I'm mostly going to focus on this being an inn rather than a tavern, I think. We'll see. But as you can tell, this game does not skimp on the tech tree for being a game that's about a tavern and inn. Totally not. And after special events, we're going to have to go through a good bit, wine, adventures, and yes, we can send adventurers out to get us things. Do we need cheese? I got money for you to go get me some cheese. That's the kind of thing we got going there. And then we get ale, and we can set our drink prices. unlimited waitresses, chefs, eventually unlimited kitchens and all that. And then way down the line here, unfortunately for me, um, is when we get into the inn business. But we do get researchers just before that. So fortunately, research speed would pick up and we would get to having an inn pretty quickly. So I am very happy with how we did for our first 2 days. I hope you enjoyed watching it. Um, Tavern Master has been a game that I have had for a while. Like I said, I would have streamed this before debut, but stuff came up, medical stuff, couldn't avoid it. It's a bummer. But I did get it in for the debut day. Yes, it did debut on Steam today. So, if you want to get it while it's 10% off, and it is 10% off for this entire week, then head on over to Steam and search for Tavern Master. It is a great game, wonderful to chill to, way more complex than it looks, lots of replay value, and lots of creativity value. You can customize this tavern however you like. If you're more of a role player, you can, build it for appearances. If you're more of a power gamer, there are definitely ways to power game this. Um, I usually have less fun with that, but if that's your thing, there are definitely more ideal ways to set this up than I did. For example, we could have economized our space way better here, um, way more effectively. So you would have to think about, well, how good is this furniture? Um, how much seating can I afford here? How many waitresses, chefs, things like that? How much staff can I afford before I'm not breaking even? Do I really need that much furniture yet? That sort of stuff. And eventually, this gets even more important to think about. Things like decor and events, entertainment. These things become important because your tavern, your inn, begins to get ratings. Yes, your customers will rate your inn or tavern on a 1 to 5 star scale. And that will determine, if you see a bump in clientele and accordingly a bump in profits. Eventually, you're going to get to be like a 5 star tavern, 5 star inn, and you're going to get to host those big events, like all the way up to the local royalty coming over to have a party. You can even host Merlin the Wizard and 30 of his friends. So there's all kinds of really cool, funny events that we will get to next time. But for now, I'm gonna have to be going. So I'm just gonna say it one more time. Legacy Art Games, good cause effort on my part to support chronically ill and disabled gamers by showcasing games which are accessible, affordable, and content rich for the dollar. So, and of course, I try and entertain everybody else at the same time. I never forget that even though I'm trying to help out, disabled folks like myself, I do want to entertain everybody out there, no matter who you are. So, I hope you enjoy everything that I showcase, and I try and showcase a variety of things, but mostly it's some sort of building or simulation where we're running something or building a world or we're exploring a world. We're having an adventure underseas, as with Subnautica most recently, things like that. So, look forward to more Tavern Master. We are going to see it all the way through to a 5 star, 5 story tavern and inn, um, where only the finest of people will dine. This is going to be great. Yeah. Gonna be perfect. So, once again, if you would like to help out, well, just click that follow button. If you can afford to help out and you really want to help out the good cause, well, I would be super grateful if you would click that subscribe button for any amount of time. We have, if I am not mistaken, 2 founder badges yet unclaimed. So if you would like to forevermore show that you helped Legacy Art Games to migrate over from YouTube to include Twitch, well, all you have to do is subscribe and you'll have that badge forever. There are 10 and never more. And we have 8 of them already taken. So if you want one, grab one. And that's going to be all of the all of the selling I'm going to do. You guys have a wonderful day, afternoon, evening, night, whatever it may be where you are. And I will see you all